Joe Rogan just made one of his boldest claims yet, and it's sending shockwaves through the internet. On a recent episode of his podcast, Rogan didn't hold back when talking about Diddy's ongoing legal drama. But this time, it wasn't just about the footage, the testimonies, or the allegations. Rogan went even deeper. He suggested that something fishy might be happening behind the scenes of the courtroom itself. According to Rogan, it looks like Diddy could be using his wealth and power to influence the one group of people who are supposed to be untouchable, the jury.
Like all this Diddy that's coming out. Like,
I was just going to say, doesn't that sound topical?
Jesus Christ. The first day of the trial, did you pay attention to any of that stuff? I looked at it for like 10 minutes this morning, and I was like, I got to stop. I can't look at this.
Like if she's going to be warning people, why did she never warn anyone about Diddy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The whole thing is so strange to watch play out. It seems like the Diddy thing was like an Epstein-type compromise deal where whether he was doing it himself. Conceivably, people want to think that he's attached to some intelligence agency or something like that. I think he's a gangster who made $1 billion and knew how to control people by compromising them. That's what I think.
I mean, everybody hung with Diddy. That's the other tricky thing. Like, Diddy hung out with everybody. And I've spoken to a bunch of people who are like, yo, great dude, like, always there for you, never asked for a single thing.
Till 1 a.m.
And then freak off.
Everybody says, get out of the house.
Yeah.
It's like the gremlins start eating after midnight. He was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors. Yeah, I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
The thing is, like, we're getting the rumors from the internet, and the internet thinks that the Taliban took out that bridge in Baltimore. So it's like, who fucking knows? Who knows what's real?
That's what Diddy's lawyers, I think, said. It was like that. These are just trumped up charges. Not trumped up. I don't think they said that, but like bullshit charges.
Dude, when Homeland Security invades your house,
You got problems.
with dudes with fucking guns and body armor. Well, it's just amazing how many people in the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala. Too.
Yeah, seriously. It's like insane.
Publicly, openly, all in.
Yes. It's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend. and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0. Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust her opinion.
What's going to happen, though, you think?
Well, Diddy's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. I think he's probably going to get
Think he's
hit up.
insane, though?
I don't know. I don't even think it matters. I mean, a lot of it is.
But then it's just another
There's
Epstein. It's
murder
another Ghislaine
cases.
Maxwell,
But
where
there's
somebody gets
murder
indicted and
cases.
nobody else. Indicted for trafficking kids to
Right,
no
to
one.
no one.
It's no secret that Diddy is facing one of the most intense public and legal backlashes of his entire career. With damning footage shown in court, high-profile witnesses turning against him, and a growing pile of accusations, things were looking bleak for the once untouchable music mogul. But then, something strange happened. Just when it seemed like the walls were closing in on Diddy, the energy in the courtroom shifted. The tone changed. The reactions softened. The jury seemed different. That's exactly what Joe Rogan picked up on, and he wasn't afraid to say it out loud. In his words, the trial is starting to look like a setup, and not in the way you'd think. Instead of justice being served, Rogan believes there might be a hidden hand working behind the scenes to protect Diddy at all costs. When that much money and influence is involved, Rogan said, you have to start asking who's really in control. To be clear, Rogan didn't accuse anyone directly, but he made it very clear that something doesn't feel right. He pointed to the jury's body language, their lack of emotional reaction during key testimonies, and the suspicious timing of their behavior changes as red flags. You don't sit through that kind of footage and testimony and come out with a straight face unless something's going on, Rogan said. And that's not all. Rogan even hinted that Diddy's legal team may have found a way to get inside the jury's heads, whether through charm, manipulation, or something much darker. You have to remember, Rogan explained, this isn't a normal case. This is a billionaire celebrity with deep pockets and deep connections. If he wants something to go away, he's not going to rely on luck. He's going to make it happen. Fans of Rogan's show lit up social media after the episode aired. Some agreed wholeheartedly, saying the courtroom felt staged and scripted. Others were shocked that someone with Rogan's platform would be bold enough to suggest jury tampering. But if you followed Rogan for any length of time, you know he doesn't back down when it comes to calling out power players, and in his eyes, Diddy fits that description perfectly. It's not just Rogan raising eyebrows either. Several online watchdog groups have started to question the integrity of the trial proceedings. From jury selection to courtroom access, multiple elements of Diddy's case have raised suspicion. Certain jurors appeared to be seated with very little vetting. Other key observers were suddenly barred from the courtroom, and more than one legal analyst has commented that the whole process feels unusually protective of Diddy. Of course, Diddy's legal team denies any wrongdoing and maintains that their client is cooperating fully with the legal process. But the fact that someone like Joe Rogan is even speculating about jury manipulation is a massive blow to the public's trust in the trial. It forces everyone to ask the hard questions. Can money really buy a clean slate? Is this a fair trial? Or is it just a performance with a pre-written ending? Rogan didn't just stop at the courtroom. He expanded the conversation, pointing out that this isn't the first time a celebrity with massive influence has seemed to walk away unscathed after facing serious accusations. He brought up past cases where money, media control, and PR spin all work together to shield high-profile individuals from consequences. It's the same formula, Rogan said. Get the best lawyers, control the narrative, and if that's not enough, make sure the jury's not a problem. One of the most chilling moments came when Rogan asked his guest, if this trial ends in a mistrial or not guilty verdicts, would you really be surprised? The guest paused, then admitted, honestly, not at all. That one exchange has been clipped, shared, and discussed across platforms, with fans wondering if we're witnessing the justice system being hijacked right in front of our eyes. The implications of what Rogan is saying go far beyond Diddy. They challenge the very idea of what justice means in a world where wealth can rewrite the rules, and when someone as influential as Joe Rogan is casting doubt on the fairness of a trial, people listen. His words carry weight, not because he claims to be a legal expert, but because he speaks from the gut, reacting to what millions of everyday people are already feeling. Something is off. This isn't the first time Diddy has been accused of using power to escape consequences either. In the past, stories have surfaced about witnesses going silent, lawsuits quietly disappearing, and settlements being made behind closed doors. Each time, the narrative seems to shift just enough to make the story go away, but this time, it's different. This time, there are cameras, there's footage, there are too many voices speaking up, and now Joe Rogan has added his to the mix. Whether or not there's hard proof of jury tampering, the fact that the idea is even being seriously discussed by mainstream voices shows how far Diddy's reputation has fallen. Once celebrated as a music industry icon, he's now the center of a whirlwind of suspicion, doubt, and outrage. And if public figures like Rogan keep questioning the trial's integrity, it's going to be harder and harder for the public to trust any verdict that doesn't hold Diddy accountable.